Guys, I'm really excited because we're over a month away from the Nintendo Switch release, but they sent me an early version. Check this out. I know, it's so beautiful it brings a tear to your eye. Even though it looks a little bit like the Wii U pad, it's significantly thinner and nicer, as you can see in the comparison here. There's a lot of saved space in there. And the difference is that this is actually the console. Now it has a 6.2-inch screen, which is just a little bit bigger diagonally than a US dollar. It has two detachable controllers, each with a stick and face buttons. When the controllers are docked, it kind of has the Xbox style layout where the sticks are alternated. But what you may be noticing that's missing is a D-pad, because this is not it right here. The D-pad is actually broken up into these 4 face buttons, which before today, I would have said, if you're not Nintendo, that's the best way to make a D-pad, because apparently, for some reason, Nintendo's the only people who are capable of making a good D-pad. The PlayStation's been doing this sort of setup for a while. Xbox still has a terrible D-pad, even though they sort of fixed it. You know what I mean. Now, at first this vexed me, until I realized the potential of having basically face buttons on either side. The lack of a D-pad was really vexing until I realized that when you detach both of the controllers, they each become their own controller. That way you can hold it like a normal controller, and it has stick and face buttons. And there are 2 shoulder buttons as well, as the one that's kind of built in for when you're holding it in the tablet form. There's 2 here. That's pretty cool, because that means just with the standard set of stuff that you get with your Switch, 2 people are going to be able to play Mario Kart, are going to be able to play Smash. I mean, with all the buttons, right? There's nothing really missing here. And no one really gets the short end of the stick, because all the controllers basically will do what you need to do in a game of Smash. With the controllers undocked, you can use the included kickstand to take your Switch and stand it up. Pretty cool. So then you give your friend one controller and you take the other, and you're ready for a portable gaming session. Pretty sweet. The last thing about this hardware is docking it to a TV, because this is not just a portable system. It's also your home system, which is pretty cool because I always want to have the Nintendo console, but I spend all my money on the 3DS or the DS or the Game Boy before that, and I never really feel that it's worth the money to invest in the home console when I gotta maintain both of these. I would rather just buy a game and then be able to play it on the go or at home. Is this gonna mean less intense graphics than a home console? Probably yes. I mean, definitely yes, right? But the difference between them is maybe not that great or that important. I've been told that Zelda Breath of the Wild is going to run at 900p, which doesn't sound all that great until you look at what modern games are running on, say, the Xbox One. Infinite Warfare on the Xbox One is not running at 1920 by 1080. It's running by 960 at 1080, and then its horizontal frames are expanded or doubled. I don't know how they do it. It looks fine. I don't have any problems with that. But there's been a long lineage of consoles that output to a television that is higher resolution than they can handle with their own graphics. In fact, one of the only 1080p games that I've seen is the new Mario Luigi U, which is a very simple game, but it was running at 1080p, 60 frames per second. I'm not too concerned with the graphics, and I don't think they're going to look that bad anyway if you compare it to our current hardware. So the way that you dock this to the TV is you have a dock that comes with the system. And you basically just, you can detach the controllers as you're sliding it in or after, but basically you just slide it in there and pop it down. Now this thing has some extra processing power for the Switch to bring it from 720 to 1080, which is cool, but it does mean that you're going to have to lug this huge thing around if you want to plug it in at someone's house. Now, I'm not 100% sure that that's going to be the case, because the way it connects is just a USB-C port that's on the bottom. In fact, when I get mine, I'm probably going to get a USB-C female port, plug it into here, and then just have a wire so that I can set my Switch beside it instead of sliding it in the silly little dock. It's just, it seems simpler to me. I don't know why. I don't know why it bothers me to slide it into a thing, but I just, I don't get it. So hopefully we're going to be able to plug in our Switch to a TV on the go for 720p graphics instead of 1080 with just a standard USB-C to HDMI situation. Probably not, though. So this is going to be me every day. Now, as for the wireless Switch cons, they've introduced a lot of silly stuff like quick draw, where it uses motion versus another person. It has an IR sensor on the back that apparently can tell if you're doing rock, paper, or scissors. And by the way, if you do paper like this with a spread open hand, you're a ridiculous person. This is paper. You can't do paper this way. I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway, I don't know what the point of that is. There's also a dumb thing. I don't know which one it is, but one of them can read your amiibos. Who cares? I don't know. The only point of an amiibo for me was like a memory card where you could bring your profile around from console to console. Now that you're just going to bring your whole console around, what's the point? They should just put it back in the Wiimotes, just like the Switch cons, just like they had them in the Wiimotes. You know what I meant. Overall, it's a tablet with buttons that connects to your home TV, which is great. I'm not complaining about that. It's everything I've wanted except for the ability to make phone calls because I'm tired of Apple pushing out their dumb stuff. But the real question is, what kind of games are they going to have? First, they've introduced Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is a 3D Zelda, so it's probably not going to be good. But it's open world, which means it's definitely not going to be good. But if there was any game that should have been open world from the beginning, it's Zelda. So I'm going to give that one a chance. Seems like it could be interesting. Looks a little bit like Hyrule Warriors, which is not something I'm interested in. But I think it's time to give Nintendo a chance, right? It's time to let them redeem themselves because they're not chasing the Xbox market anymore. They're just doing their own thing, focusing on fun, even though they've still got motion and IR and all that dumb stuff in their consoles still. It's okay. We can just give Nintendo a chance. Now, as for Mario, it looks like Mario Odyssey is going to be an open world What's that? An open world Mario game? Are you telling me that both of the mainline Nintendo games are going to be open world? Why? Anyway, we've got a sneak peek of Mario Odyssey. If you'll just come with me right here. I want you guys to be able to see this in all of its glory.
Mario, 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 Luigi, Mario.
Did you see what I just saw? It's Mario, a human, in the world of humans, looking really small and cartoony and weird compared to the regular humans. Oh, Nintendo, you're so quirky. Soon I have to give back this review copy of the Switch to Nintendo. It looks to be an interesting console. Is it going to redeem Nintendo for all the horrible decisions they've made over the past 10 years? I don't think so. But I, for one, want to be along for the ride. I want to experience the joy of finding something new that Nintendo has tried to make. I want to experience the anger of dealing with motion controls and IR and AR and all that other stuff. So I'm going to be pre-ordering a Switch as soon as they're available. What? They're available now? No! They're all sold out! It's 2006 all over again. Nintendo! Given all the time I've spent with the Switch, I don't think anything is going to change in my review once it's released to the public. So, if you guys want to get one early, Nintendo said that if you leave a comment below this video, you might have a chance to win this one.